Hello and welcome to episode 66 of the Rhody Rumble podcast. Today I'm joined by wide receiver at the University of Rhode Island, Ed Lee. Ed, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Doing well, doing well. You guys have been having an incredible season, or you've been having an incredible senior season so far. Can you just share a little bit about, how that experience is going for you on a personal note?
It's definitely a great experience. It's been 6 years waiting on having a season like this. So it's been a long time coming, but I'm definitely enjoying the ride and gotta win these next two games. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you want to make a push at, the playoffs. And I can't remember the
right.
last time Rhode Island was in the FCS playoffs. I'm not sure if you would know that.
1985. I do know
85.
that.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it would be nice to finish up in that top half of the CAA this year. Obviously,
Yep.
UNH, and then come home and play Albany. But to lead into my next question, obviously, again, you've been having an incredible season. To read off some stats: 43 receptions, 760 yards, 4 touchdowns through the 9 games. So congratulations on that. The team's also
Appreciate
playing very well, as we've alluded to. You guys are six
it.
and three up to this point. Just beat Maine for the first time since 2006. Now you have New Hampshire on the road. So can you just share, what this season has meant to you as a team?
Um, well, yeah, this is going on one of the best seasons we've had in a very long time. And just as far as we've came, um, it's just rewarding knowing that all of that hard work and all of those losing seasons we had is now paying off, and uh, we're making strides for the better. So, um, I definitely think this could be one of the best seasons we've had here in a long time.
Yeah, and that means a lot coming from you. Obviously, you've been with the team since 2017. So for you guys to be a team like Maine, I mean, you've faced them a number of times now. So it's just a
Yeah.
momentum boost. It boosts morale in the locker room. And, I guess it kind of feeds the flame or the fire as you head into UNH. But while we're on it,
Mhm.
again, the program finally beating Maine. It's been a couple of years since you guys have accomplished that, a long time. You had a big game, 8 receptions, 190 yards, and of course, a 63-yard touchdown. Can you just share, for you, what it was like to play in that game?
Um, Probably the best game of my life, honestly. Uh, but yeah, I just was kind of in the zone, and it's not just me, of course. It's Kasim, the O line blocking, everybody else running their routes, Coach Murph calling the plays. Um, so it takes a lot for the ball to even get to me in the first place. So definitely got to give credit to those guys. And but yeah, I definitely enjoyed playing in that game for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like shift gears for a little bit here. Just get into a little bit of your background so we can learn, a little bit more about you. Question I always love to start with on, everyone that I've had on this show is just what is your why or what motivates you?
Um, Man, I've got a couple, uh, but definitely my family for sure. Uh, I mean, obviously we're really close, and uh, we've gone through a lot as a family, and my dad played in the NFL as well, so there's like extra motivation there. And I've been doing this for going on 19 years, so it's just um, I would say that's probably my why, my biggest why. And then there's a couple more along the ways. Just going through injuries and going through being a walk on and not getting the scholarships or offers that I wanted out of high school. And there's always just a big chip on my shoulder as well.
Yeah.
So I would say that.
Yeah, you kind of lead into my next few questions here. So I understand you're originally from the DMV area. You went to St. John's College, which is a lot of Rhode
Mhm.
Island connections. Ish Leggett, Kasim Hill as well. Former head coach David Cox, Jeff Doughton.
Yep.
But you're from the
Yep.
DMV area. And what was that?
No, I was just laughing at those names. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Lou Hutch, I believe, is from, or Abdu Sam is from there as well, I believe. So a lot of connections to the DMV area, and I know you were a three-sport athlete in high school. You talk about, your dad and his involvement, again, playing the NFL. So what was it really that attracted you to the game of football?
My dad. So
Yeah,
yeah, so he introduced me obviously to the sport, and just played catch as a little kid, and then that's how the love for the game starts, and then you just you start to watch it, and then you start to play it, and then you just fall in love with it. So, um, I would definitely say my dad definitely got me into the game, and then we also share a love for the game together. So that also boosts it too. So
yeah, 100%. Again, like from such an early, young age, you're only surrounded by so much, and again, being having football there at such a young age, it's
yeah.
so tempting to try and go down that route, and obviously it's panned out for you, it's worked out for you. Um, has he told you any stories about playing in the NFL? I believe he was with the Lions, if I'm corrected, right?
Yeah, yeah. So no, yeah, he's definitely told me a couple of stories, college, high
Yeah.
school, yeah, NFL too. Um, just about, the ins and outs and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of life advice and stuff like that as well as you
Oh yeah.
finish off your college career at the end of this year. And obviously you have to start
Yeah.
thinking about, what's next. But just backtracking, you kind of alluded to it a little bit, but you came to Rhode Island in 2017. You were a walk on, you ended up redshirting that season. Can you just talk a little bit more about, that season in particular and, I guess your progression up to this year?
Um, so yeah, coming in, I kind of didn't really know what to expect as far as how the season was gonna go. So I had a pretty good camp, and I was probably like the sixth, seventh receiver, in on the depth chart. So I traveled to the first game, Central Michigan, and I'm just sitting behind those guys like Marvin Bouvet and Aaron Parker, Isaiah, all those dudes, and just sitting back and learning. And that's basically what that year was. I don't believe I suited up for any more games other than that first one. So it was basically just a learning experience and just a season to get better and work on my craft.
Yeah. What is the biggest thing that you've learned from guys like Aaron Parker and Isaiah Coulter?
Um, I would say work ethic. Cause I mean, I still talk to those guys to this day, and I would say that the biggest thing that helped me from those two would be working out with them and looking at Instagram, looking at different receiver drills and just
Yeah.
anything to get better. And we would just go outside and work those. And I think that has definitely helped my game progress to the next level.
Yeah,
So
for
that's
sure.
what,
For
yeah,
sure. I guess just to follow up that question, as you are now a senior, within your sixth, seventh year, within the program, you've been here for a while. What is kind of
yeah.
the message you tell the younger guys in the locker room who are trying to, follow a similar path that you took?
Um, Stay patient. You know, um, not everybody's time is right now, and that's probably the biggest lesson I learned in college. Um, and as a natural competitor, you're gonna want to go out there and play. And you're gonna be upset that you're not playing, but um, you just gotta put your head down and grind, and just when your opportunity comes, you gotta make the most of it. And if you worked hard and you stay focused throughout that time, then those results are gonna pay off when that time comes. So just be patient and wait till it's your turn, and then make the most of it. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's great advice. I mean, I've talked to a lot of athletes here and they always talk about, obviously the pressure and you want to succeed right off the bat. You want to be a true freshman. But
Right.
it's not that easy. You're not developed fully at, 18, 19 years old. It takes time. So that's great advice, what you're passing on to guys that are just joining the team or, are trying to carry on a legacy that you held, which is just to
Yeah.
be patient. So that's great advice. Next question I have really, you talk about Kasim Hill. He's only been at URI for a few seasons now, but he went to St. John's College as well in Washington,
Hmm.
D.C., as well as you. So can you just talk a little bit about, your guys' relationship and chemistry and, how that's grown over the years from high school to now?
So yeah. So my junior year, that spring semester, he had he came on a visit to my school, and he actually shadowed me. So we were going to classes together and stuff, and like we instantly kind of just clicked, and that was just one of my best friends from the beginning. So we started working out together. This is before the season, and we instantly had chemistry. Like I think our first workout, it was we didn't have any balls touch the ground, all catches, and then just off the field, it's just one of my best friends, and it just carries on to the field. So obviously we went our separate ways for college, and somehow he ended up working his way back. So it was just fun to rekindle that chemistry that we had in high school, and it kind of never left. So
Yeah.
definitely grateful to have him here right now.
Yeah. What are some things that you guys work on, maybe behind closed doors or during practices that, we kind of see on the field on Saturday afternoons?
I mean, yeah, that timing, that quarterback and receiver timing, it doesn't just come out of nowhere. You have to work at it nonstop, even if that means staying after practice or even going back to like the summer. We
Yeah.
would be on the field just throwing together and doing 7-on-7 and stuff like that. So all of that stuff plays a part in what people see on Saturdays.
Yeah, you see it in the NFL too, certain quarterback receiver combos that just work out so well. And so far,
Yeah,
the chemistry we've seen between both of you here at URI has been phenomenal. And, obviously it
yeah.
just shows on the stat sheet, from what you guys have done this season. Moving on, just a few more questions. How do you take last week's win over Maine? Obviously, again, that's a morale boost, boost momentum. You guys kind of have some steam left in the tank. How do you take that win and, move on to a talented team like UNH this week?
Um, I'll say just keep the confidence. We know that if we don't stop ourselves, the sky's the limit. So we just have to focus on what we do and not necessarily what they're doing, and just play one play at a time. And if we do that, then we should come out with the victory. So we
Yeah.
just can't hurt ourselves, and we just have to focus on what we're doing. That's it.
Yeah, I was talking with Marcus the Shields not too long ago, and he was telling me that, you guys have to come in with the mentality that you haven't played your best football yet. And that really stuck with me because, if you
Yeah.
have that mentality, you'll just play better and better every single time. And it seems like that. I was actually at the first game at Stony Brook. I'm from Long Island, New York. So over the summer
Okay.
before I moved in, I took the trip to Stony Brook. I watched you guys. That was a great game. But from then till now, actually, it just seems like there's been a lot more progression. It seems like, you guys have uh, obviously developed. There's more chemistry, players that weren't breaking out on week one are finally starting to break out and feel comfortable, even whether it's their, fifth season or their first season with the program.
Yeah.
And you hear from Coach Flem during the press conferences and how exciting things are going with the program now. So it's definitely nice to see, you guys end up in the win column. Obviously the William and Mary loss was difficult, but it's nice to bounce back. And, obviously we'll see what happens the next 2 weeks, but I have a few rapid fire questions for you, just kind of end things off here. And then, yeah, that's it. But first question is, just who is a player you would say you model your game after, or you style your game after?
um, I would say I take bits and pieces from everywhere.
Yeah.
I just like being a student of the game, but my favorite receiver is Keenan Allen. Just how how savvy he is, and his releases off the line, and his routes. I kind of take from that, I would say. But then I also watch guys like Cooper Kupp, Jameson Crowder is a good one that not everybody watches, and um, yeah. So I kind of just
Yeah.
take from everywhere.
Kind of just
Yeah,
create your own style based off of other people
yeah,
you watch and stuff. Yeah, no, that's cool. I have Keenan Allen on my fantasy team this year. Hopefully he gets healthy, but he's a great receiver. Great receiver.
yeah. He definitely is. Yeah.
Go-to pregame song.
Ooh. Um, I don't really have one right now, but it would have to be um probably some Little Baby or Little Dirk, something like that,
Nice. Nice.
somewhere in there.
Respect that. Best
Yeah.
part about going to school here at URI.
Mm, the people. I love the people here.
Yeah.
Not really the cold weather, but definitely the people. I love the people here.
Yeah, for sure. Most people say, the beach or, the food or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, the people, honestly, it's the smallest state, but you wouldn't know it when you come to URI.
Right.
I mean, it is very tight knit. Everyone kind of knows everyone, but
True.
it's definitely nice. People here are the best. A couple more questions for you. Toughest player you've gone up against just at any level throughout your career?
Hmm. Um. I mean, me personally, that is a good question. I would probably say Nasir Adderley from Delaware. I
Okay.
played against him my sophomore year, I believe. That was probably the toughest player that I've had to go against for sure.
Yeah. Is he still at Delaware? Or where's he currently playing?
No, he plays for the Chargers now.
Oh, okay. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Two more questions. Favorite, just off the field memory, something maybe in the locker room or on the team bus, just from your time here at URI.
Mm. I mean, I can't pinpoint one memory, but
Yeah,
definitely just the locker room in general. Like every day, you're gonna laugh at something, and
sure.
it's just. I mean, sometimes people just look forward to getting out of practice and just going in the locker room and messing around, joking with people. So I would just say the locker room in general.
Yeah, for sure. And then lastly, your message to, the Rhody fans who may be watching this at home, what can they expect for the rest of the season? What do you got to tell them?
Um, let's get to the playoffs. We got to get these 2 wins and then go from there. So um, let's go to the playoffs. That's all I can say.
There it is right there. Ed, thank you so much for taking the time today. I wish you and the team best of luck through the rest of the way through here. And of course, go Rhody.
Yep, already.